Saturday. Just starting my hangout, or whatever you want to call it, live chat. And hope I get some people in to talk to me. Just getting things started. It's, oh, let's see. Actually, it's kind of cool. It's only 98 today so far. We have had nothing but heat wave here. 106 degrees with wind, hot wind. One second while I get things going. Okay, I'm better. Anybody here? I hope. Hi, Lucky. How's your little dog doing? Hi, Mama 5. Hi, Keith. How's the pup doing? Hi, Cooper. Hi, Janice. Cooper, I'll be alive. I'll be alive. I'll be okay. I'll be around at 10. I stay up kind of late. Janice, long time no see. LOL. It's bad when you say LOL, right? So here I am. I'm in a really nice, comfortable house for a change. My friends, they had to go out of town, so I am babysitting their cute little dog named Riley, and my dogs are here, and it's like a 4-bedroom large home. So yeah, it's nice. And everything's cool. I did my laundry. I gave my dog a bath, and I've been enjoying just being able to stretch out, you know. Hi, Lisa. Hi, another Janice. How you doing? Where y'all from? I know where some of you are from, but not really all of you. Lucky, I hope that the doggy's better. I think she's just having a bad reaction. He is to that medicine that is no good on them. I am well rested. Pretty good. It's just been unbelievable. I've never, like last year I was here in the summer and it wasn't like this. Hi, UFO channel. But 105, 106 every day. But we're supposed to get a little cooler, like high of, 90. Well, today it's already 98 when I looked. Stamford, Connecticut. I've been there. And I've been to Massachusetts. I've gone through Boston because I went to Cape Cod there. Well, I've got a house for till Monday night. I'm babysitting a sweet dog named Riley. So I lived here for a week in the winter. Hi, Crystal from Georgia. No, I wish this, my RV, if it was this big, would be amazing. Now, this is like a large brick house. Not new, but it's got like 4 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, a nice laundry room, a big, huge yard. So it's been nice because it's very cool in here, and the dogs they all get along, and it's nice change. So that's what's going on with me. I'm just glad to have a break from the RV. Hi, Catherine. Washington just sounds like it would be so inviting. What's the weather like there in Washington? Yes, Lisa, it's nice to, the dogs really enjoy it because they run around this living room, and just have a good time with each other, and they've got toys, and yeah. And it's nice to be able to take the dogs and put them in a big sink and wash them. My AC, I've been checking. Believe me, I'm only a couple of minutes from my RV, and I've gone over there during 106 yesterday and the day before, and the AC is now working good. All it needed was a good cleaning. And it really needed it, because when the guy went up on the roof, he said, I'll take pictures. And you should have seen how dirty the AC unit was. And not just the fins, everything. 65 degrees in Washington. See, now that's my idea of spending summer somewhere. Yeah, I'm really grateful that he came along. It was a $50 cash, and it was well worth it. And he told me if I have any other troubles, that he knows, obviously he knows how to take care of things. And the weirdest thing is that the RV repair place that's in the next town over, they're new. They don't have insurance to go on roofs. They don't do anything outside of the inside of they only do the inside of an RV, which to me is pretty weird. Very disappointing. But, Kathy was smart enough to put looking for someone who can clean an RV air conditioner. And this guy said, I'll be there. He was like there in an hour. So that's really good. And the only thing I learned, though, is when you're going to wash your air conditioner on the roof, make sure you put a tarp underneath the air conditioning unit. Because when you really wash it good, it gets like water everywhere, and the water was coming right down on my bed. But it gave me an opportunity. He helped me bring the bed outside and air it out and get it dry, and all my linens got washed. I just washed all my blankets. So I guess there's always something good you can get out of everything. So that's what's going on here. Catherine says, we house at my daughter's house with 2 dogs in Spokane. It was 75 to 85. That's still not bad. That's actually not bad at all. My plan, in my mind, and I start there, you have to think about what you want. And my plan I'm going to go for is I'm going to see if there's a possibility of somebody that has either a guest house or a garage apartment, or I don't know, someplace where I could rent inexpensively, and then I'll sell my RV, my travel trailer, and with the money, I'll get a van and fix it up. And I'd like to do some traveling and visiting and seeing things, and I'm not afraid to do the camping in the van thing, as long as it's not forever. I'd come back here. And if I don't do that, I can just buy a van. I don't want to trade my truck in so fast, because I love my truck, but I might. So I've been looking on the Trader here and in the area. I'll go like to Wichita Falls if I have to, or Abilene, and find me a really nice van. And then I'll do some traveling. So, because that's what I was going to do to start with, but I just couldn't handle pulling my trailer. Was just too much for my truck and me. Hi, Dreaming. Hi, JD. Good afternoon to you too. I was just watching Carolyn, RV Carolyn. She's got a Class C, and she's like in Alaska, and I'm thinking how exciting that must be. She's got a lot of good nerves, Hi, I'm not Chuck. She says it's hot in West Tennessee and muggy. Good idea to hold onto your truck. It would be expensive to replace. I know, it's a top of the line Chevy Avalanche. It was my husband's, and he loved it, and I try to take good care of it. Well, she's doing great. I would love to be able to do that, but that's a little bit farther than I probably want to go. Lucky says to put an ad out for traveling with another female companion, and it's better to travel in pairs. I would have to know somebody pretty well to travel with them. And I have 2 dogs that will go with me. Yes, she is a gutsy gal, Susan. Good for her. I'll tell you what, when I was 50, I could have done it too. I definitely was more gutsy than I am now. What can you say? She's doing it and she's living the dream, and it's successful for her. So hey, that's great. I'm just really glad to. I love my channel, and I love that I have some great subscribers. Maybe I'm not a big channel like Carolyn is now, but if I do some traveling, probably I will get a lot more subscribers. Totally, Kathy says I could never travel with a stranger. It's hard enough to travel with friends and family. That's what I'm thinking. I my plan was to travel with my husband, and we were going to just have a blast, I'm sure. And he got sick, unfortunately, and with cancer, and it took him fast. So I had no other alternative but to think I could do it on my own. When I got on the road, though, big old trailer, and it was heavy, and my truck's not, it's a half ton. So did you hear, Dreaming says, did you hear a viewer bought a trailer home for Deborah Joy? No, I didn't hear that. Wow. I guess she knows how to ask for help. Susan said I should get a group of vans and make a caravan. That might happen because I have a few friends that I've talked to on here that do plan in the next year to do some van traveling. Yeah, Jude, how you doing? Yeah, I guess she just knows. You know what though? For everything that you get, there's a price. There is. So be careful. That's my mind. I'm not. Chuck says there are downsides to traveling alone, but the upsides as well, right? You've been living alone for long enough to get a little set in my ways. Well, yes, and I'm pretty easygoing, but you don't want to be with someone you don't know because they can have habits. They could chew loud. I mean, it's little things that when you're with someone day in, day out, not a good idea to be with a stranger. It would have to be really something, something like a miracle to find someone like that. See, Susan says she's by Texarkana and I would like to join a group. Hubby is a good mechanic, but not too healthy. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my husband was a great mechanic too. It's nice to have someone like that. Yeah, if you're going to go to Washington, I guess in the summer you'd want to go west, right? So Dreaming says, I have often thought that you could charge so much a week with riding and camping with me, with you. You would have to check the person out. Yeah, you never know someone till you're really with them. Hi, Lorraine. Oh, wonderful. She's from Oxford, UK. Nice. Yeah, you don't want the wrong person with you. Can you imagine? Right, Jude. If you snore loud, if you know. Yeah, that's what I said, Cooper. I don't think I could handle somebody chewing loud, and some people smack their gum, and you can't tell somebody, an adult, don't chew gum. Um, it would be good to have a mechanic along the way, for sure. And I love men too. I mean, I'm not opposed to having, other men coming along. It would be fun to do a caravan with maybe four different people. Chuck says trying to shoot videos on the road is harder when you are traveling with someone. They don't always want to accommodate your stops and starts. That is the truth. Mom of 5, I'm like that. Can't stand if people eat loud. Jude says you have to live with someone to know them. That's exactly true. Right. Even, I don't know. I think a van with me alone, and then just to have a few other people just kind of, trying to travel kind of close and enjoy each other's company when you stop. That would be perfect. Susan wants to go to Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, but we do not want to hit the snow or floods or tornadoes. Yeah, you got to really be aware of weather for sure and where you're going, what time of year. I'd love to go to that area and see Mount Rushmore. My husband was from Wyoming. Well, he was from Florida too, but Wyoming where they lived. And he'd been there many times. And I've been to Wyoming and it's so different. I mean, Texas is different. Let's talk about different. I and I can't say that I hate it or anything because I don't hate it. But I really don't choose to be here all year round. This is not, it's too hot. Susan said they hit I-70 on May 1st. Scared the crap out of us. Yeah, hitting ice, especially traveling places you don't know. One time, Kat and I were in Newburgh, New York. We were doing the New York Renaissance Fair, and we were taking I had a Toyota, and we were taking the Toyota to Newburgh to get worked on, and it snowed. I couldn't find my way because all the signs were covered. Don't turn off your hearing aid, Lucky. Can you read my lips? Totally, Kathy says, I live a day's drive from Rapid City, South Dakota. Everyone should see it. Go see it. Yeah, I will. Lorraine, I've never been to Houston, and I know it's a lot different than this central West Texas where I'm at, but I'd like to see parts of, that's part of where I like to, what I want to do is when I first get the van, I'll take short trips around Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, but within like a day's drive. I've been to Montana, Lisa. She asked, she said, I heard Montana's beautiful. It is a beautiful state. It's huge, huge sky. Like you stand and you look out and the sky just is bigger than any other sky I've ever seen. Houston is by the water. That's why you have the humidity like Louisiana. Where I am, it's very dry. It's flat. There's a lot of farms and ranches, and the land's beautiful when it comes to like the ranches and wildflowers and wheat fields. But it's very dusty. It's, if you're not married with children in my little town, there's really nothing for anyone like me. There's just, I mean, it's just the way it is. I'd like to see Austin. I'd like to see San Antonio. I want to see a little bit of Colorado sometime, and I'd love to go to Santa Fe, New Mexico, because I've heard that's really arty and neat, and so is Austin, right? A lot of art. So stay tuned because it's not over for me. I'm not going to stop traveling. I just have to rearrange a couple things to get what I need. Lucky said it's beautiful in Knox City, Texas. I had a lovely stay, a great place in the winter. It is nice in the winter. I'm glad you got to come down here. That was so nice to meet you. I don't blame you, Chuck. I don't want to do anything in the sun, in this heat in a van. I would never want to. Yes, Catherine, that's because Washington is pretty neat. And I've been there too. Dreaming says so many little towns like that. I moved from a town like that, moved in October. Yeah, it's a little town. It's the first small town I've ever lived in. I mean, I was raised in Los Angeles. Then I was in, Clearwater, Florida, near Tampa. Susan Walker, she said, I was born in West Texas, raised in East Texas, taught school in North, Central, and East Texas, and now I am right by the Arkansas line on the far northwest Texas. Well, you're used to it. And I don't mind where I live. I really don't. I love my family here. I just, there's a lot of places I want to see. I'm not getting any younger. I have a lot of, I feel like I can do this. And there'd be a time when I don't want to travel. I liked Lubbock. Jude says the perfect weather for me would be 72, humidity 45. Heavy rain for a few days a month. Hate the heat. Me too. I never really have liked the heat. That's why I didn't like Florida. I've been to Asheville, and we did art shows, one art show every year in Burnsville, which is near Asheville. So Washington's good, Eastern Washington in spring and September. Well, I have a very dear friend. I don't know if anybody remembers when I moved, but Chris was my friend, and she lives just south of Seattle, and I would definitely go there to visit. Lucky wants to know if I'm going to go to the RTR next year. I hope to. That would be fun. Not that I want everybody's camera on me, you know, that's kind of weird, but yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting everybody. So you think West Texas looks like, I've never been to New Mexico. In Arizona, I was near the Colorado River years ago. Hey, the perfect weather is between 60 and 80. I'm happy between 60 and 80. Jude's talking the truth. She says, it's the pits that we all feel 30 years old inside, but trapped in older bodies that don't work as good anymore. Amen, sister. I know. It's like, you know, you get older and now you really know how to do things. You've been around, you know what you want to try, and then your body's uh, like I want to be able to hike, not big hikes, nothing major. But if you're going to go somewhere in a park and there's hikes and there's trails, I want to be able to take the trails. That's why I've been trying really hard to just eat healthy foods and stop, you know, the munching late at night, no sugar and candy and all that. Dreaming on this part of Texas has lots of cotton fields, lots of wheat fields, cotton fields, lots of cows and horses. Jude says, yeah, then you go and you find that you can't. Hi, Seal from Washington State. Perfect weather. You're right. I had an opportunity to move on the Oregon coast at one point. And at first I thought, oh, I'm glad I didn't do that because I've got my family here, and it is nice where I'm living, and I'm very inexpensive, thank goodness. But there is part of me that still wants to go, like, be on the ocean in either Washington or Oregon. And I've never been on the coast in Oregon, but I've been through Oregon a few times. Susan says, I was born in Odessa, which was just a few miles from where Perez G.W. Bush was born, all at the same time. Odessa sounds like country, just like Knox City. Maybe, things happen for reasons, and I do believe that. I will get a van, and it will happen, and it might be just perfect timing for several of you who, we talk, and we could possibly meet up and just do some traveling. Would be fun. You know what's nice about a caravan is when you get somewhere, let's just say you go to Santa Fe, you've got people to go to a restaurant with, to check out the stores, to do a fun thing. And when you're alone, it's a little bit more, especially if I have my dogs with me. Susan says, I can't think of any place in Texas with mild summers. Last year here, it was mild summer. We had a couple of really hot days, but nothing like this, really. Last year was mild. Everyone says that. I thought so, Susan. She says it's not too far from me, Odessa. Yeah, I'm thinking I've seen it on the map. I have, I don't have a lot of friends in Oregon, but I do know somebody online. Her name, she's got a channel, Cameo Collections, I believe is the channel. And we've talked, and she told me, she would help me out, or her husband would help me at the time. So Yeah. Tumbleweeds, heat, and dust. That's the truth. I've had big tumbleweeds that just like get caught like on my RV on the outside, and you pick them up and toss them out, and they just go rolling away. Well, Seal, let's keep in touch with this. You guys are going to know when I even go to look at a van, so we'll have the timing's going to be right. Earthquakes and volcanoes. We're dreaming. I didn't get where you're talking about. Susan said she went to the Rio Grande Valley in April 1983 by Mexico, and it was 98 humid degrees. Yeah, when you're in certain places, we don't really have a high humidity here. Sometimes a little higher than I'd like, but basically it's dry, so it's a different kind of heat. Matter of fact, last night we had it was 100 and I don't know, 102, 104. At about 9 at night, I took the dogs out in the backyard, and the winds were howling, and it was all hot wind. It was so weird. Well, Susan, that's what I'd like to see is Colorado. I don't know if there's inexpensive, if there's like, I don't know about the BLM. I don't know about RV parks. I'd have to study because Colorado is very expensive. That's what I'm going to do, Jude. I have to keep it simple. I'm going to get like a solar panel and have a little fan on. I mean, I can't be in too hot though. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. I lost my way. Oh, Hawaii. Yeah, I'd love to see Hawaii. That's so sad. But, earthquakes I mean, I lived in California during 1970. I think it was 71, an earthquake. And that was a trip. But, it woke us up out of bed. And I had a patchwork blanket on my wall. And as I woke up, because I heard this, it was like a thunder only from below. And that's what it sounded like. And I woke up and looked at my patchwork, and it was going like this. And I remember because I was a kid, and I'm yelling at my mom and dad, and they were in the next bedroom, and you know, we all went to their bed, and then my grandmother was visiting too, and our chandelier in the dining room was swinging. It's pretty scary, but what's really freaky is people that live in those stilt homes overlooking the mountains in Los Angeles and California. Oh my God. Gina, I think I missed your comment, sweetie. Can you let me see if I can find it? Okay, I just started watching it and I heard Odessa. Strange because I'm from Midland, Texas. Someone here is from Odessa. Susan, is that you from? Are you from Odessa? Seal, Utah is a place I'd like to see. I've never been there. Susan says we paid $100 for one night at the Days Inn in Trinidad a month ago. It's funny that you should say that, Susan, because I was thinking when it was really hot a couple days ago that I was going to just take off for Trinidad, Colorado. And I didn't go, but I started calling Airbnb. And most of them are too much money, but I found one that's like $23 a night in this guy's house. It's not fancy, but it's clean. And the write-ups, the reviews were fairly decent, actually. And I might do that like in the near future just to get out of town, and my dogs can stay with Cat and Mark. They know them. And oh, sorry, I'm trying to born there in Odessa. She says they even have mild earthquakes around Oklahoma. Blaming it on fracking, I guess, anything we do to our Mother Earth can have a reaction. like every action has a reaction. So you have to always like be aware that what you do is there's gonna be something that another action from that. And if you don't, it's like someone says, "Oh, I wish that I could, travel, and I wish that I could do that." Well, you can wish all you want, but the only way you're going to do it is to start making action toward it. Sometimes we don't know why we wound up. I mean, I don't know what happened. I guess when I got here and Kathy and her family, I loved them. I love Kathy more than any friend I've ever had. And her family had known me for like 38 years, and it was like I'd been away without my husband, and I was really needing family when I got here. And so I stayed, but there's still part of me that wants to go. Right dreaming, you can't drill into Mother Earth and expect nothing to happen. It's the law of nature. So like I say, if you want to do something, just make action. People say, "Oh, I can't find a job and I can't do this," but are they really putting the action out? Because there's always 100 other people that will do it more. That's another subject, isn't it? And another thing about living here. Hi, Elaine. Another thing about living in this little tiny town in Knox City, Texas. I I the way that people think here, they're really decent, good people. I are, and they'll give you the shirt off their back. So I'm not saying anything negative about the people, but the general population in Texas is just they don't have an open mind. There's always people that do, but a lot of people are judgmental. I've found that. And I kind of, and I'm not saying that I'm never judgmental, because I think everybody is to a point. But I'm just like in need of some stimulation of different kinds of people like I've always had around me. I didn't know that. Susan said in 2011, the summer of 2011, 108 degrees was standard all over Texas. That's horrible. I couldn't live in it. I was, like I said, I was going to get in my truck and go away. Okay, so somebody wants to be blocked. Rude. Did anybody read that? I know. I have trouble breathing myself in the heat. Hi, Francis. Yes, Francis, that's true, and that was sad. They used to kill whales for oil lamps. I mean, if it's a necessity in your life, like probably it was for them, um, I guess that you have to do what you got to do. I can't. That's the problem. You can't get in a discussion these days taking an opposite view on almost anything, especially politics and the earth and belief systems and Christianity versus other religions. Oh my God, people get freaked out. Like here, I feel like if I was to stand up and say a few things that I think, I would be like, uh, why do you want to be a jerk, Carlos? Jeez. Dreaming says, please don't judge Texas by that little place. Austin is very progressive. I know that. In Lubbock, I liked it a lot. I did. I was like, when I was in Lubbock, I felt like I could breathe. It's true. I loved Lubbock a lot. And I don't mind all the other towns, Abilene and Wichita Falls. So, okay. I think it's silly. He must be a little boy or something, or a dirty old man. Okay, really, go to the romper room. I've never been to Austin. This is the places I'm going to go see for sure. Austin, Trinidad, San Antonio. RV Lucky said, I remember to put in the summer heat. It got so bad, it caused brain damage on cattle and horses. Wow. I can only imagine. And people that have their dogs out in the yard and they don't bring them in, that's another thing that gets me. Francis, I would rather be here than in Florida because I can't handle the humidity. Even though I've got friends I miss, I would never go back to Florida to live. I'm deleting the bad, stupid guy. Susan, I'm from Buffalo. I was born there. And Kathy and I went there one summer a few years ago, and it was so hot. My cousin's husband had a heat stroke, and I had one of those fans that squirt water like right in my face just all day. Hi, Keith. Are you in Dallas? I'm good. I can't wait to see. And I'm going to go to Dallas in November because I'm going to go see the concert, and I might stay a couple extra days. Oh my God. Why are you being so mean? Okay. So you want to wreck my little party, huh? I don't know. I don't know how to make. Do you want to be a moderator, Lucky? That's where I lived on the West Coast. It was nice. I liked living in Tarpon Springs, but not going to go back there. Elaine, I just did delete the person, and he just comes back. But okay, I will. Hi, Pamela. We're just having a chat. Okay, thanks, Brian. Hi, Marius. The weather here in Texas, USA, is about 98 degrees right now, or more. I'm not even sure. Francis, I have to have my air conditioning. Yes. So good. Thanks, Joanne. I did too. Yeah. I would like, if somebody would like to be the moderator, they can, kick this guy to the curb. Hello, MRVA 1957. Good year. Right now, Pamela's asked me where I am, and I'm in a little town in Texas, West Central Texas, Knox City. Hi, Oren. Yeah, I would like to maybe do some like looking at the art galleries and take myself. I mean, I'd love to have a friend there. So if anybody in Dallas wants to get together, December 1st. Marius, it's very hot here. We're having a terrible hot heat spell. 70 degrees in Europe. What part of Europe are you in? Okay. Yes, Francis, if the power goes down, you'll be going. You'll drive in your car. Dreaming's asking, would I keep my RV? I live in a travel trailer, and buy a van. I'd like to keep my travel trailer as a home base, and then have a really nice van that I can fix up. And I have help here, so yeah. It's 90 degrees in Seminole. Hi, Miss Gail. And humid. I know that feeling. I've never been to Europe. That's something I would love to do. In the low 80s, people were dying of heat stroke in Germany. Wow, that's weird. Must be awful cold there all the time. Central Europe, is that near Prague by any chance? I have a dear cousin in Prague that has a great couple restaurants and family. Okay, Lucky, you're number one. Let me let me see if I can do that. Okay, RV Lucky, you are now a moderator of my channel, and I'm happy to have you. It's okay, Kate Pup. I just got myself a moderator. But I appreciate the offer. I don't think I need too many because I've kicked him out and removed him, like hide his, and then he comes back with a different name on the end. I wonder why YouTube doesn't understand, doesn't get that people don't really need 500 names and they're all like vulgar names. There should be something that guards against it. Susan, do you know what a moderator is? Oh my goodness. Good job. Why hey, wait. Why are you getting rid of K-Pup's adventures, Lucky? I'm sorry, I don't even know what's now. See, that's why I don't want a moderator, because if someone's going to kick somebody out, they need to make sure they let me know. You can't just. Austria is really beautiful. I don't. I mean, I've not been there, but of course, from the movies and things. I know, Brian. Hi, Julie. Let me see. Okay, so then Lucky does have good judgment. Sorry, Lucky. Maria says, since we are in the European Union, we European citizens can live in any European country we want. Sorry. Let me see here. Hold on a minute. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing, that they have more than one and they just do whatever they can to come back. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Joanne. Okay, so that's that. The French Riviera is nice. I mean, those are places that would be dreams to be able to go. Susan said, thought I would go back someday. Oh, to Europe? Yeah. Well, I don't. I've seen some great videos too of people that my friends just went to Paris and they flew first class and they were showing the food. And now they're in Paris eating at the Eiffel Tower and sidewalk cafes. It's pretty cool. Mario says he'd like to come and visit US just once in his life to see how people are. Well, hopefully we will, hold on a minute. Hopefully we could make a good impression if you do come. So anyway, this has been kind of difficult. So I guess they're trying to get me to, leave. And Francis, do you want to be a moderator? Don't pick you? Okay. Oren's asking me if I have any recordings of my singing from way back when. I think I have like a CD that a cassette was put on CD. I have to I don't even know what happened to it. It's a shame because that would be fun to that would really be fun. I love to sing. I enjoyed um, excuse me for a minute. I enjoyed singing so much. I did it for many years. Man, sorry. Sing for you. Lucky you cannot do more than you can hide them from the channel. Aw, thank you, Susan. I did have red hair for so many years. I think I started becoming a redhead like in my 20s, and I finally let my natural hair grow out in my 60s. And Dreaming asked if I want a high top. Well, that would be a little extra, wouldn't it? I'd love it, but I will settle for just a regular one. I thought I made a good redhead. My grandmother was red haired, so I'm very light. It worked out, but I think I'm glad I'm natural now. It's so much easier not to have to deal with hair. Oh, God bless you, Susan. Happy birthday coming up. Keith, you like older women, huh? How old are you? 30? Wow. Kat didn't sing, but she was a really good audience and my number one fan. When I met her, I met her in 1980, and I was playing music for a living. And anyway, let me concentrate. Yeah, I was singing then in 1980. So when I met her, I had moved from Key West back with my mom and dad for a little while in North Miami. So that's where I met Kathy. And so she would go see me sing at places. Oh, thank you, Brian. I'm sorry. I get a little bit put off, but I think I'm just gonna. Who would somebody like to be a moderator with me, Brian? You want to be one? Keith? Jude? Well, we have 39 people watching, so there's a lot more nicer people here. 30 was a really good age, wasn't it? Playing guitar and singing, I turned 30 in Key West, Florida. I was playing guitar and singing at a place called Two Friends Patio Bar. It's still there, right on where the conch train is there. Hi, Rose. And anyway, I turned 30 and it was like I had the perfect job. And there was a window, like a big shutter window, and I sang right in front of it. And people would come by and they would, talk to me. And that was a good job. I was there a year and a half. And I think my mind is like, between 30 and 40 and never got older. Okay, 1 second. And just the people that are vulgar and insulting people. Thank you. Just for a little while. I'm not going to be on that long, but I appreciate it. Okay. I like to tell stories too. Um, okay. Let's start with Mill Creek Chester. Bye bye. I know, Francis, and they just don't, I still own my guitar. Let's go back to good stuff. I still own my guitar, and I had last time I bought a guitar was in Nashville, Tennessee. It was in 19 like what was it about 95, 94? I don't around there. I was doing a Renaissance fair by myself. That's how I was because that was the beginning. Actually, it was about 93. And Kat had a full-time job. And I said, I had these really cool items called um, hair fancies made out of clay. And I was in Tennessee doing it, and I went and bought a guitar. And I have that guitar. It's underneath my bed. So I haven't gotten it out in a long time. The way that you get rid of somebody is on the right-hand side of the screen. There's three or four little dots. You click it on their name, and just be careful that you only have their name, and then you remove them from the channel. You hide their, and then they come back with another, and then you hide them again. 1 second. Okay, that should do it. Okay. So if you have any questions and I've not answered them, it's because I've been taking care of beeswax. So we could talk about, wait a minute, talk about our best jobs we've ever had, or what's our favorite age that we were. I think 30 was one of my favorites. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So Oren says, get out the dang guitar and sing. I tried it the last time put the guitar. What happened with my guitar? And it's a long time, and this will sound crazy, but I played guitar since I was 12 years old. And when I met my husband, Mark, at 50, I was still playing the guitar, but not as often. But I was playing it, and I would play when people come over, and I'd do like a little half a set, maybe, and then or sing along or whatever. But I've stopped working in lounges and clubs and parties. Or in my 40s, I stopped. So when I met my husband, I don't know what happened, but he didn't care. I mean, he didn't care about me playing guitar, which is really strange because most of my life as a young adult, a guy would be like turned on by the guitar and singing, but he was just into me, and it was just such a unique relationship, even though I shouldn't have put the guitar down. What happened was I decided to grow fingernails, or started with fake ones. Now these are real, but he loved my nails, and he would just, I don't know, I stopped playing the guitar. So I haven't played in so long that when I have tried to get it out, and I've gotten it out and played a few songs, but my fingers they kill me. It's like I never did it before. Like it's brand new. Um, I don't have the dexterity that I had, so it's not as easy for me. I really have to like work hard. A chef at a brewery, huh? That sounds like fun. Yum. Yeah, the last song I wrote was the one "Living in a Small Town in Texas." And when I was in, these are for people that don't know. That was my last song I wrote. And then the one before that, when I was in Alabama, I wrote two songs. I wrote "Yellow Moon Over Alabama," which I haven't sang in a long time. And I would like to play music with these. It would be fun to do that. Who wouldn't want to like look like they did when they were a kid? No wrinkles and beautiful, beautiful complexion. I would like to do that. Cooper, 50 is like the beginning of a whole new era. I loved when I like I said, I fell in love at 50. So it was the best 10 years, 12 years. Um, if I could get to where I like lived in a place with more people, then there might be a chance for community theater, but there really isn't around here. And when I was living in Clearwater, um, this is before I met my husband, so in my 40s, I was in two shows. I just a part. I didn't nothing major. Yeah, 50 was a great age though, Cooper. Like I said, I fell in love. My husband had a beautiful, uh, handsome body, and he was gorgeous. And wow, he really, we just clicked. It was like he told me that he's like magnet and steel together. Hi, Orange Tabby. There's always Abilene. That's true, but Susan, that you know what? We're beautiful people. By the time we get our age, if you can't look at someone and see their beauty, then you're not supposed to be with those people. But I don't want to move to Abilene. If I move away from Kathy in Knox City, it's not going to be Abilene, unless you never know. I mean, thanks, Jude. It was we had a romance. Uh, who knows how I met my husband? Did anyone, have I ever told you guys? The way I met my husband, you want to hear? I'll try not to make it a long story. Oh, that's the truth, Oren. Okay, so when I had just turned 50, and it was a few months later, and we were, as usual, on diets. I had joined LA Weight Loss in Clearwater, Florida. where I lost a lot of weight. I lost like 64 pounds. So, you know, I did good. But anyway, so I had lost about 50 pounds. But I was never small. I've always been a round woman. Anyway, we were walking in the mall. Kathy was saying, let's go to the mall and walk. We've got friends that are going to be there today. We can hang out in the food court, you know. So we did. And I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to walk in the, I don't like malls. I'm not one of those women that could be at the mall all day. No, I go to the mall for something. I get it. I leave. Anyway, so we did, and we were walking around, and I looked pretty simple. I had like very little makeup on, you know, pair of jeans and I have the outfit. I still have that outfit. Anyway, I was walking to the food court, and about, I don't know, a couple hundred feet. It must have been I'm not good with feet, but across the food court towards the where you order. And I saw this man, and he was smiling at me with a huge, sweet smile, with silver gray hair, and like we locked eyes. And I was with Kathy. We were walking to, you know, to the food court. I had to walk. I had to like go behind one of those big columns and say, Kathy, see that guy? We're over there. No, that one over there. You know, she said, yeah. I said, oh my God, he's the one. And she said, yeah, he's good looking. I said, he's more than good looking. And then with that, I just sort of got my cool together and walked to where we had seen our friends. And he was right there in this group of people at a different table, sitting next to some blonde. I didn't know this, but Kathy said she noticed. I had my back to him. Within a few minutes of just like getting an iced tea and talking to somebody else, he sat down next to me and kind of touched my hands, and he kind of gave me a little kiss on the hand and said, you know, wow, like, where have you been? And, you know, let's put it this way. He looked like Sam Elliott, similar. And yeah, our eyes met, Rose. You heard the story. And I guess I like telling it too. But and that was it. So like I said, he kissed my hand. We exchanged our phone numbers, and he called and asked me if I wanted to go. No, he asked me if I wanted to go out that night, and I said I can't. I have plans. And when I got home, my plans fell through. And Kathy says, call him. Call him. And I'm not one to chase. That's not my thing. But I was talked into it. I called him, and he answered the phone, and he came and got me, and we had a great time. And I don't think that, I mean, from that moment on, we were in love. And if I even get close to, like, I know that can't happen again, but I am open to meeting someone. And if I do, I do. If I don't, I'm not looking, because that's just not a good thing to do. Thank you, Jude. Elaine says she's seen the pictures. Sam Elliott for sure. Yeah, I wish I had one here to show. Some of my old videos, I show a lot of pictures. I've had so many videos. I can't believe I've done this for 3 years and loved it. And it's gone up and down with my life. Yes, Joanne. And, you know, he kind of like, he was such a nice looking guy. And even Kat, you know, we would take pictures and tell him he should be a male model, an older man. You know, he was 50 and I was 50, same 6 months apart. Yep, that's it, Rose. She said she fell in love with her husband, their first kiss. Well, I fell in love with my husband definitely within, like, I kind of knew immediately, but I didn't know if he was going to reciprocate, because, you know, that's the thing. Love is great, but it's really, really great if both people are feeling it, you know? Sometimes you never get that, really. Everyone knows I'm Hosey. Could you please either stop or just somebody will kick you out? Okay? She lost her husband 3 years ago. I lost mine, it's 4 years ago in May. It was a heavy month. I'm glad May's over. Really glad. Because I lost my husband in May, and we also got married in May, and his birthday was in May. So my husband, his mother and father were no longer alive, and when I met him, he did have an ex-wife with kids. I did get to meet all of them, but not until it was almost too late, actually. He got sick. It's okay. So Keith met his wife 17, and 34 years later, we're still going strong. Oh, that's the kind of story that you want to have. And it's wonderful. My parents were married in like 50 something years, 53 years. I don't think I have the how did he propose in a video. Wasn't that great, I don't think. I'm not dating anybody, so I'm answering you. I'm not dating anyone. And I don't judge somebody by, what they look like or their ethnic background. So, okay. Rose says Keith uh, tells Keith that she's been married 25 years with your husband, married 22. When I met Mark, I did not get married to him I'll tell you that story. We were together but for 5 years. He had a job in Wyoming half the year, and then he had the job in Florida. He was doing civil air defense, CAD. Okay, so and I guess I have to this is the guy that need. Thank you, Keith. God. So okay, so 5 years into it, every year in the summer when he went to Wyoming, I would go with him. Not go with him, but he would I'd fly in and see him for a week, a little longer, and then I'd go back to Florida because I had arts and craft shows to do. I mean, we really did it full time. But he'd come too, so he'd come back in the winter, and then it was like getting to the point where I really didn't think I needed to get married. If you're not going to have kids, really, there's no reason to legally get married. I think at this point, I don't think I'd ever get married again. But I don't know. But anyway, so around the fifth year, actually like the fourth year, he was in the kitchen and I was in the kitchen. Well, he had given me this ring. It was from Saudi Arabia. It used to be one of those puzzle rings that fell apart. Can you see it okay? Anyway, he gave me the ring, but it was a puzzle ring that he'd gotten in Saudi Arabia. He had worked there for many years. And he threw it at me. And he said, if you can put it together, you can have it, which was like a big joke. And I stayed up. I sat up in bed and put that thing together. And then I took it to this jeweler that I knew in Clearwater and told him to glue, literally, gold the back so that it never opens up again. And this diamond that's on there, my dad had passed away, and so I had his jewelry, and he had a pretty diamond in this ring. So we put that diamond in this ring, and that was basically my engagement ring. But he didn't say, will you marry me? But soon after I got the ring and got the diamond in it, it was like a promise ring kind of thing. One day we were in the kitchen, and I forget exactly what we were talking about because I was doing something for him, and I said, you ought to get down on your knees. I helped him through something, and we were just joking, but it was true. You ought to get on your knees and beg me to marry you. And so he dropped to his knees and said, okay. That was pretty much, he said. And we just kissed and hugged and screamed. And then we were engaged for a year. I mean, it was so nice to say I have a fiance. I never got that. So that's how that happened. Was that a good story? The true story. Well, he did like Aramco, that company. He was there doing HVAC, putting in, I think he said he put like one of the people that put in um, what do you call it? Like plumbing and electrical and air conditioning, and he worked on that. I meant on one knee, Jude. Oh my God, did I say hands and knees? No, I didn't mean that. Thanks. Hi, Granny. Well, when you get older, you got a lot of living and memories, and I've had quite a life. I mean, think about it. I was born in Buffalo, but when I was about 5, my parents decided to leave Buffalo, New York. Hi, Jude. Um, and drive out to California and live there. They were young. I was a baby. You're welcome, Joanne. So we did, so I grew up pretty much in like Los Angeles, and then we lived in the valley. So you could have said I was a little valley girl. And then they got this. My mom and dad were doing higher, like managing an apartment, so they have a free rental because they weren't rich. My dad worked hard. That helped them get ahead too. So they saved their rent, and they were the managers. Well, we moved to West Hollywood, and for 10 years, my teenage years, going to high school, junior high and high school. Yeah, it was amazing. We lived in West Hollywood in a not real high rise, but 4 floors. It had an indoor swimming pool and a sauna, and it's still there. 1110 Hacienda Place, and you should Google that because it's still there. And right there is Barney's Beanery on the corner of Santa Monica Boulevard and Hacienda. And what else? Oh, yeah, the Hollywood sign. You would go to the roof, and we had like a party room on the roof and places to lay in the sun. And, um, you could see the Hollywood sign. So it was a pretty interesting teenage years. You do, Lisa? She says she has the same puzzle ring in silver. Do you know like where you got it? Because this thing, I've never seen anything like it. But anyway, I love this ring. Yes. So anyway, getting off on where I don't even know what I'm saying now. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, growing up in Los Angeles, in LA, and then the Valley. And so California is amazing. I love California and I miss it. It's changed, I'm sure. I haven't been there since 2001, so it's like too long. I went to Hollywood High School. That was crazy. And there were call girls in our little high rise in West Hollywood. And you know what a call girl is? California is a really beautiful place. It's got everything: mountains, snow, oceans. It's gorgeous. Deserts. Yeah, West Hollywood. Hollywood is like a little bit more like, in those days, West Hollywood was a little bit classier than Hollywood, believe it or not. And then after West Hollywood came like, where UCLA is. So that was like Westwood. And then it was Beverly Hills and all that. Yes, Keith, California has it all. Well, if you ever get a chance the best thing to do is to rent a car. You could fly into, LA or San Diego, which is gorgeous too, and just drive the coast. Just hug the coast all the way up to San Francisco. And then if you do a rent a car, I've done this. Kathy and I did this. because I had to have her see California. You know, we're such close friends. I was like, you got to see LA. I got to show you. Close to Sunset Boulevard. Yeah, it was not far at all. Um, drive from, I did it from LA, but San Diego's beautiful too. And just drive the coast all the way up, and you will see things that are just amazingly beautiful all the way up. Different kinds of land and Big Sur. You can't find a prettier place. I have done that. Actually, I haven't done the Pacific Coast Highway up to like Oregon, Washington. I've just done it to San Francisco. A little beyond, but not far. Sausalito, you know. Um, they have a train. This would be so romantic. There's a train that goes from like I think San Diego to San Francisco. Might even go further. And it's this special train that is on, it rides the coast, and it's supposed to be fantastic. And you can get out, and then you know they give certain stops that you can go see the area. Hi, Joshi. Yeah, that's interesting because this is from Saudi Arabia. That's where they bought it, but you know, maybe they do it there too. Susan said she drove up to Pikes Peak last month. Oh, I've heard of that place in Colorado. So I think I can navigate the highway if we don't get hit by falling rocks. And you know what? I have good luck. So I don't think we will. Oh, that's nice. Well, you guys know that I'm not. That's neat. You know what? You say that your husband raced cars. My husband like raced cars, and that was one of the things he did like. I don't think not professionally, but Sonora is that in Northern California or Central? Lucky Sonora. I can't remember that. I've heard of it, of course. I don't know what are you talking about, Granny? According to one guy on a video, I commented, "Oh, on I'm a deluded hand." Oh, because they had to talk back to you. Yeah, people just there's more people with online crop. They can be the nastiest people in the world because they get off on it. They have an evil spirit, and it's like their face, or they wouldn't do it in person. They wouldn't have the nerve. Constantly trying to find evil and bad things in people and then make fun of them. But I've been on here long enough that it doesn't bother me anymore. You know, yes, and who wants to read a negative thing about you? But you know what? I just don't give it any. I just like shine it on. I'm like a duck, and this water slides off my back. Susan says, let's see, I'm sorry. My husband has a 55 Chevy race car he rebuilt. Cool. But he is now 65, has bad knees, high blood pressure, and diabetes, so doesn't race anymore. You know, that sucks when you get old and you can do all this and then now you can't. Because I used to play really good guitar, and when I take that guitar out, and I plan to, I bet I can't even play anymore. Oh, the redwoods. I can only imagine that West Hollywood is not like it used to be. And I was very young, and nothing bothered me. And now you're in near the redwoods. I mean, that's perfect. If I ever went to California, I would want to be in Northern California. Hi, Jeff. Granny. All the cool people are here. Yes. Why not? Cool. So, what's the weather like, Jeff? Are you in the hundreds like we've been? The weather's been crazy. Okay, Jude, I'll be in your ear. Oh, gosh. How are you today, Jeff? I don't know where Brawley, oh, near Berkeley. That's neat, Lucky. So you've been around. Don't underestimate you, Lucky, because you have been you've had a really cool life. You could write a book too. People say I should write a book. I doubt that. I like people of all age. I get along really well, with any age. 100 today in Wichita, Kansas, and Riverfest started yesterday. Yesterday was 105 degrees. Susan, I've been to Berkeley, but no, I didn't go to Berkeley. I was in Santa Barbara doing college, trying to do college. Yeah, Northern California is where to be. Joshy. No, I'm not 70 yet, and I'm not pushing it. I think I'm going to start saying I'm like, 59. I've never watched Deadpool 1. Someone asked if I've seen it, Deadpool 2. Thanks for defending me, Joshy. I appreciate it. Well, that's an idea. Joanne says liquid Band-Aid is an interesting idea to help with the guitar strings. Yeah, I don't know, because then you gotta feel what you're, as it is, the tips, since I've been older, the tips of my fingers, little neuropathy, my toes too. And that's why I'm trying not to eat sugar anymore, so I can maybe get that much better. Yeah, my fingers, I can only probably play a couple songs, where I used to be able to play like 4 or 5 hours and take a 15-minute, 20-minute break, and then another, 2, 3 hours. I would take a break every hour, actually, hour and a half. But I mean, I could play like one song after another for all night, and not the same song. Hi, Nancy. I'm not really into Avengers Infinity War, but I don't know if anybody else is. Thanks, Nancy. I don't know, Francis, are you still around? Okay. I don't know, that person's crazy. Oh, Granny, you're so lucky that high 60s. That's such perfect weather. I think I don't even know how hot it is. I'm charging my phone. I should ask. Should I? Okay, let's see what it is. Okay, Google, what's the temperature?
In Knox City right now, it's 99.
It's 99. It's going to be 100 by 4 p.m. And then it's going to go 99, 98. At 8 o'clock, it'll be 94. And at midnight, 81. Isn't that crazy weather? Well, you got a cold front that's moving in, so it's gonna be coming down to the weather here too. I think by tomorrow. I hope. I haven't really spent any time in Indiana. Yeah, there's a lot of old people in Florida. That is for sure. But there's a lot of young people there too, actually. Whoop. Are you in Clearwater, Largo? Yeah, Susan, we were having ourselves a real hot summer, and it's just isn't summer. Summer starts June 20th. Well, anyway, I think I've talked long enough. I've really appreciated everybody that's kind of hanging out with me. It's been so much fun. Unless somebody has either a question or a topic, I I don't know. Yeah, biking. I need to get a bicycle. I used to like to bike. When I lived in QS, that's all I did is ride a bike. Grandma Patty says hi. It's only in the 50s today. That sounds wonderful. She's bragging. 14 days straight rain is a lot of rain. That's for sure. Thank you, Sabora. I think that's how you said. Pizza. I have tried. This is what I'm doing. By just talking about food for a minute. An update on my health plan. It's hard in this house. I got to tell you that they have a freezer full of ice cream, big, huge tubs of ice cream, and all kinds of crap. And she's like, "Make yourself at home." Hi, Colette. Hi, Catherine. Oh yeah, it's been great. Yeah, I'll talk for a few more minutes only because Colette just came in. Yeah, there's nothing like a bike that's like your friend, right? Fits it. You fit perfectly after so many years. Okay, thanks, Jude, for coming in. So I'm trying to like eliminate processed food. That's hard to do, especially in this house. Um, so for the last, I mean, I've been eating like Ezekiel bread, eggs, avocados, and salads and tomatoes, a little bit of chicken here and there, lots of broccoli, you know, and it's good. But now being here, I had ice cream, so that's, you know, I actually noticed that I didn't feel that good after it. I think it's like I didn't realize that maybe I'm like, you know, uh, I have a problem with dairy and didn't even know it. Francis, I swear, you know how you're like a babysitter and they're like, enjoy the house, and you're like, okay. And I'm like looking in the cupboards of all this stuff. There's fluff and peanut butter. There's ice cream sandwiches, big bags of M&Ms and chocolate chips, of course, frozen, whipped cream. Oh no, banking on money. I'm at my dear friends needed me to babysit Ryan, Riley, their dog, and I lived here for a week during the winter when it was freezing and my heater broke. So I'm just doing a favor. So I didn't move out of my RV. It's very hard to resist, and I like sort of took an inventory, and I brought sprouts, I brought tomatoes, lemon, avocado. Uh, but it's still hard. It really is. I even had an orange last night, but I really wanted other things. And I said, I had ice cream the first night. I said, I'm not having any more ice cream while I'm here. I will, Rose, when I get it. You can't find that kind of stuff around here. Those are the little things that bother me about this small town. You have to drive over an hour to get yourself something. And I can't really bring ice cream around. I just can't. But if I had a chance, I would. Joanne, it is not easy. I told Kathy that today, and she's like, be strong. And, but I still have it's still hard. Like they have real cheese and I have veggie cheese and I had a good sandwich last night for dinner. I did good. Last night I had I did take a picture of it in my next video. You'll see what I've been eating. But I just toasted the Ezekiel bread and I did put some butter on each side, treat. And then the avocado was bad, so I didn't even have any avocado. It made me mad. But I had the veggie cheese and regular cheese, sprouts and tomatoes. And there was not one onion in the house. Like, how could you live in a house without any onions? That's what I need to do, is make ice cream from freezing bananas. And I have a Ninja blender. It's just that there's so little room in my kitchen. It's a hassle. I love sprouts. Kathy went to Wichita Falls the other day and brought the Ezekiel bread for me, and we got some seeds to sprout. I'm going to start sprouting. I have a nice jar, and I've got some cheesecloth and tighten over it, and I'm going to start rinsing out it's very simple to do. Yeah, hormones are really bad for us, Granny. That's what I do. If I really want to eat something, I'll go to Bud's and have it, but I won't have like stuff here. And if exercising in 106 degrees is like a no bueno. Well, I'm not really counting carbs, but I'm not eating a lot of carbs. The vegetables and fruit that I'm eating, I think is good carbs. And I'm not eating any pork. Not that I wouldn't like it, but I'm not. The veggie cheese that I bought from Walmart, it's from Greece. That's really good. The veggie cheese that I got, they're different. It's a green pack, and it's okay, but I like the other one even better. How can sprouts have a lot of bacteria if you are the one growing the sprouts? You know, that can't be. That's good, Jude. A little bit at a time because you have to definitely work it. Brian, if you couldn't eat any cheese and that was the cheese that you got, you'd start thinking it tasted pretty good. And that can be my splurges when I feel like, some melted cheese. I might have a quesadilla here and there at Bud's because they're good. We went to Isabella's, Kath and I, on her birthday, and when she took our order, I said, "Don't bring the chips." That was hard to do, and I did it. 3 cheers for me. I love olives, and I love them stuffed. I love them all kinds of olives. I like regular cheese, Brian. Don't get me wrong. I certainly wouldn't mind, the taste of cheddar or Munster or Jack or Swiss, but that's okay. It tastes pretty good. Thanks, Colette. I'm trying, and believe me, I'm this. That's I love being here, especially now that I've gotten used to it all again. They got great TV. They got everything you could want. There's so many bedrooms. I'm staying in the same bedroom I stayed in last time. Oh, Patty, you sweetheart, you. Thank you. You are very special. Wow. Baby steps is right. There's really nothing this is, I mean, if I don't lose a lot of weight, but I feel good and my stomach starts to go down a little bit, I'm a winner because I can't at my age think about, oh, I'm going to wear a bikini. I'm past that age, but certainly would like to feel healthy and I do love clothes. So of course, the last time I got down about like 50 pounds less, my waist, I mean, I was wearing belts, but I don't know. When I had my gallbladder out, ever since then, my stomach just doesn't have the muscle tone. It's been awful. You know, um, the incentiveness of like, getting on a healthy path is living a healthy life because I'm scared of cancer. Really, I'm not as scared of heart disease and diabetes, even though, they're scary too. But really have this thing ever since I saw my husband with cancer. And I know he ate terrible. He was skinny and ate sugar all the time and so much milk, it was disgusting. So, you know, I just want to get healthy and eat clean and eat what Mother Earth wants us to eat instead of what McDonald's serves or, any of those places. And I every now and then I probably will take a treat. Hey, Marcy. Granny says that she met a guy yesterday who lost 247 pounds. Wow. I don't want to lose so much that my skin hangs. You know what? I think you're right. Someone who's real slim when they get older gets very wrinkly. And heavier women seem to have more softer lines, but you know, it ain't good no matter what. You get old, you get old. You just have to that's why, as you think, so shall it be. So if I don't know, you just gotta love what you have, and I want to start walking more, but the weather's just I can't do it. I'd wind up in the hospital. That's exactly right, Colette. She said she wants to have a quality retirement and be able to travel, and that's what motivates. Not having to wear a bikini is not doesn't do it. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. I mean, I have I have like marks on me that I never had when I was growing up. That's how I feel, Elaine. She said as long as she's comfortable in her clothes, that's all that matters, not the numbers. Hi, Amanda. Thanks. Yeah, I went grocery shop. I need to go grocery shopping again. And when you're eating really healthy, oh my God, it goes fast because you can't really buy a lot of vegetables and keep them in the fridge. Um, okay. Yeah, it's hot everywhere. 98, I think the last time I checked. I've done that. Jude says when it's hot or raining, she can walk in a circle around her kitchen. Kathy and I, when we lived together a long time. When we'd start exercising, we were younger. We would walk, like, put music on in the living room and in the bedroom, same music, and then we would walk all around the house, go all around the coffee table and into the kitchen, around the middle of the thing, and we did it for like a couple of 3, 4 songs in a row. That got her heart beat up. But I haven't done that in a long time. I live in an RV. Can't walk around in an RV. Oh, Susan. Yeah, I've seen that show too. That's really some sad shows. Well, I think I agree with your doctor. He said if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. Yeah, I think that's the thing, and I got to start feeling. That's all I'm trying to do. It's not a weight loss thing because I that'll come off naturally. Except for that, I'm in a house full of goodies. There's this thing on the counter. It's like a big tube, and it shows like shortbread cookies with like strawberry jam and cream, the white cream. And I mean, they look really decadent, and it's not open. It's a good thing it's not open. I've never really been to, well, I've not been to Aldi's for shopping. Oren, thank you for joining in and being a part. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Frances said she cooked split pea soup with cauliflower instead of potatoes. That's good. And brown rice instead of ham, adding spices, which is what's going to do it. Tasty soup. I love pea soup. I make a good pea soup too. I know, Susan, believe me, that's why my head, being the compulsive nature of the beast of overeating, it's a compulsion. And it's like, oh, but I gave in a little bit because I had ice cream and that was not what I was eating. So, yeah, you have to really be prepared when you're trying to eat, like when you are eating healthy, you have to buy a lot of like fresh foods and you have to be creative. And it takes a little effort to clean out a papaya or to cut up a mango instead of, rushing and getting garbage food. Jude says not to buy them, don't bring them home. It gets easier if you don't. Then no temptation, right? If you have to go out to get it, that is what will, but what? Oh, give you back your bad habits. Well, yeah, you got to be. That's a problem. I was on keto for a while, and as soon as I just kind of got like I just had to have something else, and that was it. It was over. Because I've done that before, where I lost all this weight, and then I just have like one or two like candies, and then it's like a little monster inside me that wants more of it. And the guy that wrote me the letters, certain things that he did tell me was okay, Susan, good luck. She's gonna make videos. He told me that when you eat sugar, because this has happened all my life, obviously, um, that your intestines, that the part of the intestines that never gets emptied is inside. So it's like candida and I forget. It made me sick just thinking about it. Um, Parasites, in your gut, deep in your gut. Um, it's like it's craving. That's what they want. It's like sugar. They need sugar, so they tell your head you want sugar, and you keep feeding them. It's pretty freaky to think about that. Right, Patty. See, I can't do the. That's exactly like what I would do, Susan and Patty. If I would buy, like, sometimes I try to like pretend that I wasn't a compulsive overeater, and I would buy something that had, 6 chocolate bars in it, or I'll just have Hershey Kisses. I'll have like 5 Hershey Kisses, and before you know it, the whole bag's empty. It's true though, Jude. When I think about what that man was telling me about our stomachs, even though I'm not like what he. I mean, I don't think he'd be real happy that you know, that I still haven't done even better, but doing a lot better thanks to him. And he asked me to spread the word, and that's what I remember is like your gut's 30 feet long. And when we go to the bathroom, we do not empty it. So all of us need to be like, cleaned out every now and then. And we don't do it. And we eat processed foods that have so much hormones and chemicals and stuff like that. It goes on, which is disgusting. And we just feed our compulsion. And it's anyway, that's why there's cancer, and that's why there's so much disease, and people are fatter than ever. And ugh. One thing good though, is and a little dark chocolate's okay in moderation. But you see, the key word is moderation. And if you are a true compulsive overeater, just like an alcoholic, basically, then moderation is something you need not don't even try. It's like taking a drink of alcohol and thinking, okay, I can just have a beer on Saturday, And next thing you know, you're drinking a 6-pack, and then you got 12 in the fridge. Yeah, well, Patty, there's been times where when we're doing craft shows, there's people that they make homemade fudge and they sell it, and it's delicious looking. And I think, oh, I gotta have, as soon as I, get that chunk of fudge, and Kathy too. Both of us are so alike. It's not good that way. Of course, it's fun to eat with her. And like chocolate covered strawberries is a really nice treat, and I could see myself enjoying that because I don't go overboard on fruit. I really don't, especially strawberries. Yes, Granny, it's really hard for someone that if you live with somebody that has it's a disease. It's like alcoholics. It's a drug. It's a drug addict. Sugar. It is. It's very, very real. Elaine said that she quit smoking 4 years ago and started eating like a wild woman. I quit cigarettes in like 1990. I had a much easier time doing that, although I think I gained about 10 pounds in the year. I've normally, the way I am, I only gain slowly. Like I might put 5 to 10 pounds on a year. So in 5 years, that's 50, 40, 50 pounds. But some people can put on 30 pounds in a month. And I've never done that. I don't I don't eat like the whole cake. I don't do that kind of eating. I don't eat large amounts, but candies never fill me up. And your husband's a diabetic, and you make all the cakes and stuff, fudge and fruit cake, and he doesn't want it. Congratulations, Jude. Quitting cigarettes is a really big thing. I remember when I quit cigarettes, the way I quit cigarettes, it's kind of a strange, that's another story in itself. I don't think I want to share it. It's really good, Elaine. And it takes about, the first 2 weeks of quitting cigarettes is really hard, and starting a diet. If you can hang in there for 2, 3 weeks, you pretty much got it. And then that's the thing. We have family night every Saturday night. I'm not going tonight, but usually we have family night at someone's house and everybody brings stuff. And of course, there's people that bake. And no matter how many diabetics in the room, there's always people bring the food anyway. It's like food, sugar equals love here. And the truth is, I feel like when they bring cakes and pies and stuff, they're bringing poison to your family. But you can't say anything. Yeah, you can gain weight when you quit smoking because usually, well, that was what I was going to tell you, that usually you trade one for another. I got a big bag of sunflower seeds and Diet Cokes, and I was like sitting at the computer because it was 1990. I was on the computer doing stuff, and it took me a while to get over it. Really, though, I think people of all ages and of all sizes, um, to think about what they're serving their children, especially the kids, because if you are not reading the back of your packages, and most people don't, they're buying with their pocketbook. You know, if you have a few kids, it's hard to not buy, you know, Kraft mac and cheese when it's on sale, or the store brand, or all this stuff that we are raised on. Am I ranting? I don't mean to rant, but you know, um, it's difficult when you're a working mom and both parents are. It's so easy to go to the grocery store and buy junk food or corn dogs or pizza, but in reality, we're just like feeding this um, the companies that serve this garbage to us, and I'm mad. Right, Susan? Yeah, 10 pounds a year is nothing, but then 5 or 6 years into it, it is something. Actually, Nadia makes, sometimes she'll make a dessert with stevia, but there's so much other stuff in it. I just, and I never really like that. I can almost tell it's not sugar. Elaine says, new rules, all family events, salad night. No, that doesn't happen. Like tonight, I'm not going, but because I'm here. Um, uh, it was going to be the host family is serving hamburgers, and you know, like full good hamburgers with all the condiments, and everybody's bringing side dishes, so you can imagine potato salad and maybe french fries and nachos and corn, you know what I mean. Yeah, Colette, that's another thing. There's not really anybody. It's maybe there are people, and I just don't know how to find the right people to like have a meeting with. I stay to myself, really. And I know it's weird that you think that, you know, I'm on a channel and I can talk to you guys, but in reality, I'm pretty shy. I won't like get up and start, you know, entertaining people unless I know you really well. That's funny, Francis. She said, if I buy a pie, it just disappears within 24 hours. It's called Alzheimer's pie. Mysteriously gone. I know how that is. I wouldn't even buy a cake. If I buy a cake, I would eat the cake. I never do. The worst thing I did when I'm eating like anything I want is I would do like go to a donut place and buy like 3 donuts or 4 donuts the most, and just disgust myself eating them. Or go to dollar store and buy like a small pack of chocolate covered graham crackers. It's supposed to be, you know, and yeah. Oh, mac and cheese too. Definitely. That's a standard, Jeff. Someone does mac and cheese, usually Kathy's mom, Mary. I have some veggie burgers. Oh, that made me, I wish I had them here. I have, when I was in Lubbock, I got spicy chicken veggie burgers, and they're delicious. I sauteed them with onions and, you know, did my thing with sprouts and tomatoes. Now I'm getting hungry. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I'm looking to buy a van. That I do know. Chicago asked me um, that she, heard or he heard whatever that I was selling my truck. I would sell my truck if if the van was in really like a deal, because mine's a deal. And as far as my trailer goes, there are times when I think if I had an inexpensive rental here in Knox City where I can be with family and then get a really nice van that I can live in part of the year. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that people that are overweight could write books on how to lose weight. Doesn't mean that they stick to it, because it's not easy. If you truly have a compulsion, like a disease, I don't have the salty one. I'm glad I'm not into like potato chips. Me too, Jude, because I would love to go traveling and meet people and just visit places and maybe and just really try to live on like really light food. I know that's, and there's always the places that call you. So I've seen BLT lettuce wraps. Yeah. Would you mind using a van for all your daily driving? Yeah, I could use a van as my regular vehicle, no problem. I like vans. I've had three, and it was great. Was when you're loading stuff into a van, it's right where your waist level. It's easy to get in and out. Well, a little lower. Whereas a truck, I love my truck, but the back of my truck is so high up. Like I just can't get in. I can't do it. Well, I would love one that you can stand up in, but the truth is, I don't have the pockets. So if I'm fortunate enough to find one of the high tops, that would be a real bonus. But I'm not going to let it stop me if I can find a regular, even a really good minivan, like a 2014, something I can count on. Well, I don't want to live in the van all the time, though. I want to keep Knox City as part of where I have family, so I can come like a part of the year. I'd like to be here like 3 months, maybe leave for a month. I don't know. Hey, I've heard some of the 1994 Chevy vans are like just as fit. People kept them up. The old engines are probably better than the new ones. Now, I had what was it, 2007. My last van was a 2007 Kia Sedona, and it was 2007. So I think I got it when it was like it was brand new, and nothing happened. It was great, but I can imagine that 10 years later, are things going to fall apart that's like computerized? Nobody knows how to fix them. That's Chicago van life. That's right. The best vans are the road trek. I would love that. And there's several leisure travel, wide body, but 15,000 or more. So I don't have that kind of money. My truck's worth, well, my truck's worth between, like, I think, and I've seen it on Blue Book, and I went to Kia and they offered me a certain amount, and I know it's worth between 12,000 and 16,000. The Chevy Avalanche I have, so I wouldn't mind trading if somebody wanted to trade. That's a good idea. I don't think I'm going to do too much just by myself. BLM land, that's not what I want to do. I want to visit my friends. I have friends all over the place and plug into them so I can, you know, have either like a window air conditioner or definitely fans. I don't think so. No, no, it isn't. My RV, the travel trailer I live in, is a 2005. I'm just looking to see if I can just find a, like, fairly low mileage. I'm going to try to have my basically, like, my nephew Lee go with me into one of the bigger cities around here and help me get a van, or go with me if I find a private owner. Yeah, I would love to start, living a little more adventurous, because I've enjoyed being here. I don't want anyone to think, oh, I don't like where I am. There's parts of it that I don't like, but it's because the only parts I don't like is that I haven't been able to leave. I haven't gone anywhere. I went for one night in Lubbock since I've been here, and just day trips, and it's just, it's gotten to me. I need to, like, have a little adventure. I'm going to do this pretty soon too. I know November I'm going to go to right outside of Dallas, and maybe I'll have a van by then, so that would be fun. Yeah, it's not easy to find. Like I said, we're in a little tiny town, and trucks sell here. Everybody has a truck, but it'd be hard for me to find that van I'm looking for. Dolly, I plan on doing it. I'm one of those people that usually do what I say I'm going to do. I am getting itchy feet. Like I said, I've been here a little over a year and a half, and I just need to get away for a few days here and there. Just that helped. Yes, Orange Tabby. I might go back to Lubbock for a couple of days by myself and just, splurge. I splurged anyway when I was there. Yeah, I know, and that's a problem, isn't it, for me? It says Texas doesn't have a lot of bands. Arizona and Nevada have the band. Yeah, I know, but I don't. I'm not there. Yes, I think I could really make a cozy little van. It would only, like I said, I'd like go away for maybe 3-4 weeks and then head back home. And yeah, you never know what you're going to do when you get there, but that's sort of the plan. All right, Granny. I am going to end my this live chat. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys. I know it's longer than I thought I would be on, and I'm going to make some healthy dinner. Everybody knows, you got to say no to yourself. That's really hard for me. Yeah, I just have to, like, think of my dogs. Lily's just getting hungry. Okay, kids, I gotta go. And I'll talk with you guys soon, and I'll put a video out very soon too. And thank you so much for being there and having a good time with me. Okay, over and, like, let's see, how do I turn it off? Have a nice rest of your weekend. Peace.